Welcome to the Right On Sports Show. There are many sports shows out there, but this one is Right On. Four guys giving each other hell about sports and their sometimes questionable choice of teams. Featuring the head of the table, Kyle Wright, the king of shit takes, Marcus Weisner, the show's resident asshole, Nick Gurley, and finally, doing all the dirty work, the show bitch himself, Drew Gorman. How these guys all get along, we may never know. But let's try to find out. Let's get started.
Woo-wee! Welcome in, everybody, to the Right On Workshop and the Right On Sports Show. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm Kyle Wright. Nick Gurley sitting directly across from me. Weird little dynamic here.
Yeah, it's a little different. I mean, I'm used to having you here, but now I got to deal with the ginger.
It's funny because I gave you guys two different setups. Oh, Drew's here too. I gave you guys two different setups.
What sucks is I said all of that from way back here, as if this mic just moves with me.
It's a Yeti mic now. They just pick everything up. Nah, Drew, hey.
Hi.
Drew, you want to tell everybody about our shirts?
Yeah. Shout out to Marcus and shout out to Phil getting us these great shirts for softball, for a softball tournament, a memorial softball tournament that was for Noah, one of our biggest supporters, Noah, that Phil had put on that great softball tournament this past Saturday, and we got these shirts made up, and just some great shirts. There will be, here in the near future, there will be a big a new buy-in sale going on for them, so you didn't miss out. If you wanted a jersey, just reach out to one of us, and we can get you some info.
Good deal. And that's all done by Marcus, who is obviously not here today. Keep his family in your prayers. Kind of a rough situation going on in the Weisner household.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. No COVID things, but it's some other stuff. Because remember, there's more out in the world than just COVID. So
exactly.
So they're going through some stuff. So everybody pray for them, and hopefully they all work through it themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick, you want to take your camera and just make everybody sick here for a second and show everybody the new studio, what we're calling it, the Right On Workshop over here.
I'm over here dropping shit.
Keep your eyes on Nick's camera, guys. So my father-in-law has been so nice to us and has allowed us to just set everything up in here to where we have this massive workshop.
Little Kyle action here.
Here I am. I'm on two screens.
Just the best freaking man stuff you've ever seen here.
It's definitely like a man cave.
Definitely got to have ladders if you're a man.
Got to have ladders, yeah.
Got to have ladders.
Or me.
I mean, we even have fans.
Dude, yeah.
As well as you guys.
Wow.
But the coolest part is everything behind us.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
The best stuff.
We even have Q-tips.
We do have Q-tips.
We've made it. Thanks, guys.
If our ears get dirty on the show, we are going to be fine. Do not worry about us anymore. All right, so today's show, we're going to be talking, of course, about the NFL playoffs. We're heading into the divisional round, and Nick's got some shit to talk about on the ends of the Right to Rant. So,
that's right.
Nick, you can't. I don't want to. Are you going to give us any kind of hint on what you're going to talk about?
Well, I mean, I don't feel like it's been talked about. I'm a little crooked here, but I don't think it's been talked about enough.
You need to bring it to your right a little bit.
To my right?
Yep. Sorry, guys. We're figuring this out.
There we go. Yep.
There it is. Yep. Perfect.
I won't move it next time. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little bit of some stuff that's going on that doesn't seem like we're going to have a season that starts in April. We'll give that hint. There you go.
Yep. Oh, gosh. I've heard a little bit of it, guys, and it's going to be great. I zipped my headphone cord up into my hoodie when I went to move just now, and everything went to shit. To be honest with you guys, we just went to Diego's over here, and we're all full.
My God.
Yeah.
So if we're a little sluggish right now, just know that that's the reason.
You'll have to bear with us.
It was awesome.
Dagos.
Well,
Dagos.
Yes, sir. Well, there was something that Nick had brought up before the show.
Hot button issue here.
You got Jake McGowan in the chat going harders over OT.
Speaking of which, we're going to be starting a Right On group, a softball team at
OT.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We had a lot of fun with that this week. It was
it was a lot of fun.
All right, so we're gonna let's jump in here to the NFL playoffs. We're in the divisional round now. The wild card games were pretty crazy. All these fucking millennials on their phones and laptops.
Well, we got a show to run here.
I got 2 computers.
Yeah, you got. Yeah.
Whiplash on them 2 computers.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like I turned. I thought my neck would pop. I did it earlier. Now I look like a fucking idiot. All right, so
You didn't have to do any of that to look like an idiot.
yeah, it's true. It's fair. No, he's not wrong. Drew, shut up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Jesus.
am I the idiot now?
You muted me, motherfucker.
You did the wrong
Still
one.
trying to get used to the new alignment that we did.
Jesus. I automatically assumed that Drew was going to be number 3.
Yep.
I didn't realize Kyle was going to be number 3 because I'm number 1.
You guys fucked me. It's all good. It's all good.
Huh?
Can I be unmuted?
Oh. My bad.
All right, guys, leave us some comments. Leave us some questions. Anything you guys want us to talk about in particular, we will get to them. Just want to make sure that I plug this real quick. The Right On Network YouTube channel, we do a lot of other cool shit on there other than the sports show. We've started like
I'm actually bringing that up right now.
Yeah, we've started some reviews. We do Nerd Culture Undisputed on there. We also, I mean, we just got stuff funneling on there. At least
We actually have 46 videos.
yeah.
46 videos already posted to the Right On Network YouTube page. That's with our How Do You Eat This? That's with our sports show. That's with our nerd culture. And I even think that Cancel Us might be on there at some point if they decide to go with video. So if
Yeah, I
you
don't
wanna-
think this isn't really much of a Cancel Us studio, but I'll see what they want to do. But I mean, I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, I
since
don't
we
know. We'll see.
Get a pink blanket to put over everything.
Yeah.
It'll look cute. Oh, my goodness. All right, guys. So just leave us some questions or comments if you got any. Let's get into this. Let's get into the first matchup of the weekend. We're going to be making picks and also analyzing these matchups. So let's start with the Bengals at the Titans. You guys going to participate today?
No, not really. I mean, I feel like you got it all to yourself today. I mean,
Yeah.
Diego's has just absolutely wrecked me right now.
Yeah.
I think this one sneakily is going to be the best game out of all of them.
Yeah?
I think
Do you?
I do. Out of all of them, I think Rams Bucks is going to be interesting. Bills Chiefs is going to be interesting, but I think Bengals Titans,
You want to name the other one too? Just so you've got them all covered.
49ers Packers, but we'll get into that later. But Bengals Titans, I think there's a lot to talk about with.
So not Bills Chiefs. I'm just throwing stuff out.
I
here
said
at this
Bills
point.
Chiefs a minute ago.
But they're not going to be the most interesting.
I said Rams Bucks will be interesting. Bills Chiefs will be interesting, but I think Bengals Titans will take the cake.
49ers will be interesting.
Just couldn't read it in the order I have it in, right?
Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude.
My gosh.
I don't think 49ers
Hey, I just
Packers
want to
will
throw
be
this out
interesting.
there. We have some live viewers on both YouTube and Facebook. We're looking for a third. You know, I mean, like, I think a job just came up. So we'll see what happens. Just DM us.
I burped and something came up. All right. What you got over there, Drew? What are the keys for Cincinnati to go into Tennessee and win this game?
Let me guess. Stop the run.
You got to be able to throw the ball like you've been doing all year. Keep throwing the ball. Use that
Score
seventh.
more points.
Use the 7th ranked passing offense and use it to your advantage, because these are two conflicting offensive schemes. Because you have a Bengals offense that does nothing but throw the ball. They use Joe Mixon a bit, but he's more of a check down running back. Then you've got the Titans, who are getting Derrick Henry back, and they're going to turn around, hand the ball off. It's just what's going to win in today's game? Throwing the ball, running the ball.
Oh, I'm going to disagree with that, and I'm going to say it's all going to be about defense. It's going to be about how they decide to do it. Because right now, we could act like it's all the run game. Obviously, the run game has opened up everything for the Titans. But Ryan Tannehill looks awesome. Ryan Tannehill has actually put up one of his best seasons to date. So
and he was sacked 55 times this year.
and he was so they're obviously a running offensive line. I mean, they obviously can't.
Well, they've been
pass
hurt
block.
all year, too.
Exactly. And still yet, even without Derrick Henry averaging well over 100 yards or per rusher, per running back has been averaging over
whoever's
100
been
yards.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even the second string is averaging 50, 60 yards. So imagine bringing Derrick Henry back.
Yep.
Hopefully he's fully healthy and they're not throwing in a 70% Derrick Henry, because if they're throwing a 70% Derrick Henry back in, over the two running backs that they've been using, Donta Foreman and I can't remember the other guy. But I mean, hopefully they're throwing in a good, healthy Derrick Henry, because if not, they're kind of being a little stupid, really.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I think it's all going to be defense. I think it's going to be I would make Ryan Tannehill beat me.
Yeah, I think that's a very good defensive assessment. I think the key player in this game is actually going to be Julio Jones. Like, can Julio be that true number 2 guy? Because obviously the defense is going to be centered on focusing on Derrick Henry and focusing on A.J. Brown. So I think Julio Jones is going to have to come out of that shell a little bit, assuming he plays. I'm pretty sure he's actually healthy at this point. He played the last couple games.
Is he ever healthy? I'm sure that hamstring is pretty much torn to pieces at this point.
But, I mean, I would say Julio needs to come out and have about a 60 to 80-yard game. I'm not saying he's got to come out and put up 150, but for the Titans to be able to keep pace with Cincinnati at this point, and I say keep pace because Cincinnati's going to get theirs. They have too many weapons. Yeah. There's way too many to have to defend. Yeah. So I just think for Tennessee to be able to keep pace with a hot Cincinnati team coming in, they're going to need all their weapons to come out and do their thing. And you saw Cincinnati they had a great performance against Vegas.
Handled. They were, that game was never in doubt.
Well, for a minute there, it looked like they were going to let Vegas get back in it.
Yeah, they're
at the end. And by the way, I just want to throw some love at Derek Carr. We didn't get to have this conversation last week because we didn't have a show, but just amazed with what the Raiders were able to do this year.
Just the Raiders in general, with how everything is played out, and still, like, I don't care who else you might want as your head coach. Keep that man.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce his last name, but keep that man.
I mean, I would think that he needs to be looked at in many conversations. I would even think Coach of the Year. I mean, I know Zach Taylor from Cincinnati is probably the far away favorite, but when you talk about that kind of thing, like the Spirit Award or whatever else they give out, that's got to go to Carr.
Yeah.
You got to think. I don't know, man. All right, so let's get into. We'll make the picks at the end. How do you guys want to do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
You want to make?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's go ahead and just do it. I mean, there's only 4 games, so go ahead.
So let's run through it. Who you got, Drew, and why?
I think the Bengals are going to come out on top. They go into Nashville and take care of business because I don't know what Derrick Henry is going to look like, and I think they're going to do exactly as you said and make Ryan Tannehill beat him. And I think Joe Burrow's just too hot right now.
Okay, I'm going to take the Titans. I think the Titans. I think the Titans are going to be able to, like you said, Kyle, Julio Jones, Brown on the other side. Even if they do stack the box, Ryan Tannehill never loses you a game. Yeah, he doesn't. He's not going to do anything big enough to make you lose the game. Will he win a game for you? Maybe not. But Brown and Julio Jones will. Yeah, they'll win a game for you. So I think they'll stack the box. I don't believe that Derrick Henry will get the full share of his 25 carries or whatever, but I think you get Derrick Henry at a solid 15 carries of 100% Derrick Henry rather than 25 of 70% Derrick Henry. Then you can keep him fresh by giving the ball to Donta Foreman and the other guy that's in there. We should have somebody here.
McNichols.
Yeah.
Jeremy, thank you. I got that.
So, but yeah, I think
head of the table. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
wow.
But yeah, I think that's going to be the key. The Titans, they're going to stack. The Bengals are going to stack the box, and Julio Jones might have the best game of the year this year.
I think so too. I'm going to pick Tennessee as well. Listen, this team, they're the number 1 seed, and that's with Derrick Henry being out since week 8. What do you need?
I need a pen. Oh, my bad. I should have done this.
I got
before.
one right here. You're good. You ready?
Hiya.
What the fuck?
And we're a sports show.
We go. Yeah. All right. No, I'm picking Tennessee. I mean, listen, they're the number 1 seed with all of these things that we've talked about. All of these things we've talked about. Derrick Henry's been out since week 8. Their offensive line's been banged up the whole season. Tannehill being sacked 55 times, and they're there because of their defense. And now you start to add in Derrick Henry coming back. The offensive line's back to being at least somewhat healthy. That's a dangerous tandem to think about. it's a really dangerous combination. And when you talk about, like, when you get your weapons back, a 70% Derrick Henry is undoubtedly better than a 100% Jeremy McNichols or Deontay Foreman.
Yep.
Look at how big Cam Akers was for the Rams this past Sunday. Even when you get your playmakers back, that's huge. And that's why I think Tennessee's gonna pull this one out. But I would not be shocked to see Cincinnati win it.
And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, like, as we go through that, what Marcus's picks are. He sent me his earlier, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all. And he also picked the Bengals, and I'd imagine it's probably the same reason. Y'all two are lovers on a different.
Well, so you were saying a minute ago that Derrick Henry has went out in Week 8. How crazy is it that in the final standings, rushing yards on the season, he ranked 8th?
It's not super surprising in a year where Dalvin Cook was out for most of the year for, like, I think missed like 3 or 4 games.
It took Jonathan Taylor 3 weeks to catch him.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
So we're sitting here talking about Jonathan Taylor being, MVP. Dude, it's hard for me to give him the MVP.
You don't get the MVP when you have a win in your end game and you rush for 70 yards against Jacksonville.
Yeah. I mean, and I just, it's hard for me to give him MVP, especially when you're talking about Derrick Henry being 300 yards ahead of him in the same week at Week 8.
Yeah.
And that was with Derrick Henry going out early in that Week 8 game.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything in that game.
I think it's Rodgers, Brady, or Cooper Kupp at this point.
I think, yeah. We'll get into that probably in a couple of weeks, maybe next week, maybe
probably
the week
after the conference championship show.
Yeah.
Like, probably around then, because I think that's when they announced it anyway, the week before the Super Bowl.
Announce the top 3?
Yeah.
I muted
like
this.
that.
I don't know why.
Jesus.
First time.
Is that your wife?
No, it was my dad.
Oh, man. What a jerk.
He should be watching.
Yeah, what's he doing not watching the show?
I think he's coming home from work.
Do we not have audio?
Hey, Dad. No.
All right, let's get into the next game here. The 49ers at the Packers. This game was played in Week 3, and the Packers won 30-28. Now, obviously, these teams are totally different at this point. San Francisco's a little bit more healthy, and Green Bay is also a little less healthy, I would think, at this point. So, 49ers at Packers. Drew, I'm going to just kind of run around the table like we did the last one. What are the keys for San Francisco to actually be able to go in and beat Green Bay?
Just do what you've done in previous years, because if you look at the last few times that the 49ers have played the Packers, they've always played them tough. Even in Green Bay, they've beaten the brakes off them in the past 2 NFC Championships games that they've played on, or the divisional rounds. So you play good defense. They have a fast defense. If you can I know it's easier said than done, but you can confuse Aaron Rodgers. You can give him something different to look at, and then I think you've got a shot, because I think their corners match up a whole lot, not with Devontae Adams, but with the secondary receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, the 49ers, they're going to have to do, you know what? They're going to have to get George Kittle more involved.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
He wasn't
100%.
involved until, the third quarter, when Dallas was what they thought was already out of put Dallas away.
I had George Kittle in fantasy, and he was MIA the back half of the season.
Yeah, they've completely changed it a little bit. And to tell you the truth, in order to beat the Packers, the 49ers are going to have to get Trey Lance involved as well.
Yeah.
Throw a cup. But the problem is like, and this is something that I've been wondering with a buddy of mine who's a big 49ers fan, and we've been going back and forth on it, is if Trey Lance is your future quarterback, and you're saying he's no Lamar.
Right.
He's no Lamar. So why exactly do they only do runs with him? They legitimately just do like quarterback sneaks up the middle. If he's your future, why the hell would you put him getting tackled like he's a running back by D tackles and middle linebackers? It makes no sense.
That's a great point.
I mean, they need to bring him in. That's all they've used him for. Bring him in and actually let him sling that ball around a little bit.
I wonder if that's a little bit of a like, damn, Garoppolo's actually balling and we drafted his replacement.
See, but the problem is Garoppolo's really not balling. Go look at that. But did you actually watch the whole game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the game
the
was
only
not
game I watched all
Garoppolo.
of.
Yeah, that was not Garoppolo balling.
But I mean, you're also talking about Dallas's defense. Regardless of what people like Marcus came out and said, Dallas's defense actually played a really good game.
Marcus was high.
Marcus
Marcus was something because
swallowing Prescott, but
Yeah, like Prescott wasn't doing. Dude, all Prescott did was throw it out to the flat the entire time. The entire game. All he did was throw it out to the flat. The defense kept them in that game. That's the only reason why they were still in that game.
Dak Prescott's QBR in that game was 27.
Yeah.
Garoppolo's was 68.5.
Yeah.
We got
How many yards did he have in that game?
Who, Garoppolo?
Yeah.
172.
Yeah, see, I mean, he didn't really do a lot.
Just wasn't an offensive game.
They ran the ball a ton. We got a what?
I got a crazy Jake McGowan saying, imagine if the 49ers drafted Parsons at 3 last year or Patrick Surtain.
Shit would have been wild. What did their pick bring in?
I feel like they should. No, they weren't sitting at the third pick. They traded up, right?
They traded up to the third pick.
They traded up to the third
for
pick.
Trey Lance.
So if they would have just sat back where they were and taken Patrick Surtain, would have been a great pick.
When were they supposed to draft?
Shit, I don't know, because they traded for the Dolphins pick, because the Dolphins had the third pick at the time.
Right.
It was like in the low teens, wasn't it? It was like
So you wouldn't have gotten Micah.
12,
You wouldn't have gotten
13.
Micah.
When did we pick our
Patrick
second pick? That was when they were supposed to pick. No, they were picking where the Eagles were supposed to pick.
That would have been 9th, right?
Shit, I don't know. No, it's
You would
right
think
after
with
Dallas.
a sports show we would know this.
Yeah, well, we got a show bitch for a reason.
That is true.
That's where I'm going.
I am
I got him over
struggling
there.
getting this jacket off. But, yeah, I think the 49ers, they have to get Kittle involved. They have to get Trey Lance involved. And they got to run the damn ball like they've never run it before. And, obviously, you're not going to stop Devontae Adams. But the problem is Aaron Rodgers is not the quarterback that you take and double Devontae Adams, because if you double Devontae, Lazard's going to kill you. Anybody else? Is Tonyan still over there?
Tanyan's, I believe Tanyan's still healthy. I know Scantling's out, but they've got that other kid now that's having big games.
The one that has a brother with the Lions,
St. Brown.
Yeah, St. Brown. Yeah, he's killing it too.
13.
That's where they
Number
picked.
13.
Okay.
Number 13.
So
You
they
wouldn't have
traded-
gotten either one of them at that point, though.
No, because Surtain went 10th to the.
Surtain went 10th and Micah went 9th, right?
Micah went 9th. Yeah.
So you
They would have had to
gotten
trade
either
up a
one of
little bit, but
Yeah.
not.
them. It wouldn't have
probably-
costed him as much as Trey Lance did, because Trey Lance costed him 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Damn.
I mean, yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, I think the key to this game for the 49ers to go in and beat Green Bay, keep the ball on the ground, just like you guys are saying. And I'm talking, you need 50 touches between Mitchell, Wilson, and Samuel. You got to have 50 carries between those three.
Debo needs 10.
Debo needs 10 himself. Yeah, I'm talking like 10 carries and maybe 10
12
targets.
targets. Yeah,
10,
yeah.
15 targets. Like, the ball needs to be in that dude's hands.
I'm going to use this from my dude, Nick Canziani, he's the 49ers fan, calls Debo Samuel the cheat code. Because he legitimately is the cheat code. I mean, he was Percy Harvin with the Florida Gators. I mean, that's what Debo does for the Florida Niners.
Florida Niners.
Florida Niners. Woo!
Yeah, Florida Niners. Make one of them TikTok videos. But yeah, I mean, you got to make the game short. You got to keep that clock running, and you got to keep it running often. And you have to have long, lengthy, time-consuming drives, not for field goals.
Yep.
Scoring touchdowns. You have to score touchdowns.
For San Francisco to go into Green Bay and win this game, they're going to need it to be just like last week, about 23-19, 23-20. Keep the ball out of Rodgers' hands, especially with a depleted defense and now a depleted linebacking core too. But I mean, we'll get into our picks here right now. But
I got a question. With the previous 2 games that we've picked, their 2 teams are number ones on their respective sides. How do you feel about that bye week? Does that help or hurt?
For a team like the Titans, it helps. For a team like the Packers, it hurts. I think it just depends.
I agree with
on
that.
I would say, obviously, with a team like the Titans, it helps. Just based solely on Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And the fact
and
that
their
they're
offensive
running,
line, too.
and the fact that they're a running style offense, and that's going to help them out by getting everybody healthier. The Packers, I don't think it really hurts the Packers. I think on a different team, sure. Any team that's led by the likes of any other quarterback outside of like the top 5, sure. But Aaron Rodgers, you think that thing did anything to him? He went on the Pat McAfee show and just talked like it was just in any given week. I mean, it doesn't matter. Not to him.
I will say this. This sucks for both the number 1 seeds. This is probably not the year you want to be number 1, because you got like the two hottest teams in the NFL going at them right here. I mean, it's obviously the Bengals and 49ers they're the hottest two teams in the league right now. So, Drew, who and why?
I'm going to stick with the 49ers. I think they've got the defense to be able to match up and shut down, contain Aaron Rodgers and contain Devontae Adams.
They have been the team to do it in the past, like you said.
And I think the streak, the last unbeaten at home streak from the Packers comes to an end. So I think the 49ers are going in and going to take care of business.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm going Packers. I already posted who I think is going to go to the Super Bowl, which I'm gonna wait, and I'm not going to say it right now, but yeah, I think the Packers go out there and I think they handle their business. And the main reason is because the end of the 49ers Cowboys game. That's the main reason. 49ers might go up there and score, go up 21-0, 21-7, 28-7. But the fact that the Cowboys came all the way back. Now you take Dak Prescott, get him out, put in Aaron Rodgers, take out Amari Cooper, put in Devontae Adams. Yeah.
Zeke, put in Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Come on. No. That game's going to go back and the 49ers lose that game.
Yeah.
So, to me, the Packers are the hottest. To me, the Packers are the hottest team in football. The fact that Aaron Rodgers went out and played and they lost to the Lions in the last game of the season, and it looked like Aaron Rodgers didn't even try. He went out there and didn't even care.
He came out after like the first quarter anyway.
And threw 5 touchdowns. They scored like 35, didn't they? Didn't he like score almost every – he scored like – no, I think he played a little longer.
I think he played –
like a whole half or something. They were already up 35.
First half, and then he came out, and I'm not sure what the logistics of that were. What is it? I thought you put your hand up like you were in fucking school.
I have a question.
Rodgers came out at – it doesn't show how much time he played, but he came out with 2 touchdowns, 138. No picks or nothing, though.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't show like
they ended up
played.
still scoring like 35 points, I guess is what I was getting at. But
I think he just played the first half.
Yeah.
It was 37-30 Detroit.
But you could tell he really didn't care.
He didn't give a shit. He wasn't out there to win.
No.
Aaron Jones didn't even play.
Right.
A.J. Dillon had 14 carries. Devontae Adams had a good game. Alan Lazard went off. Oh, it was Josiah DeGuara. That's who I'm thinking of. That's the other guy, tight end, that's been snapping here recently.
Okay. They just have too many weapons, and I don't believe the 49ers. I don't like what they're doing to George Kittle. I mean, they just don't get him the ball enough, and I don't believe that he's gonna that the 49ers can win if George Kittle doesn't have the ball in his hands, and they haven't been giving it to him.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm taking Green Bay at home too. I just think it's going to be too much, but I do think it'll be a competitive game. It's going to be too much. It's Aaron Rodgers. I've already got all my picks written down, by the way.
I don't.
So that you guys don't think I'm just twisting up over here.
Marcus also picked the Packers, so Drew could be the one. But Drew was 4-2 in the first 6 games. Marcus was 3-3, and Kyle and I were both 6-0. So, and for the regular season,
yeah,
I was number 1. I beat all of them by 11 games.
I really went out on my last week and tried my ass off to get back in it, and
yeah, he was taking like the underdog in every single like
game.
He was waiting for all of us to pick and then picking the other team.
Of course, except for the Packers.
Yeah.
Of course, I was like, oh no, the Packers are
going to win now. Yeah.
No, what an idiot.
Yeah.
All right, the Rams and Bucks probably. They're all very interesting matchups, but these Sunday matchups are definitely the games to watch. But out of the NFC, this is definitely the most interesting game because this game could really go either way. This game was played in Week 3 as well. The Rams went down to Tampa Bay and won 34-24. This is when Tampa Bay, I believe, the Rams started off the season extremely hot.
Yeah, playoff Brady, regular season Brady, 2 totally different people.
They are very different. So, keys to the game. What do you think?
It's containing Brady and containing, making sure that Josh Allen has to.
Josh Allen plays for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Containing Brady.
Yep.
And making sure that Josh Allen is not the one to beat you. Make sure it's Devin Singletary and Zach Moss.
Running back Josh Allen, huh? Or the receiver?
No.
We're talking about the Rams and Bucks.
Oh, I'm
I
thinking.
was gonna say it, but I was like,
Yeah.
maybe he knows something I don't.
I was
Josh
like, wait,
Allen
Josh
definitely
Allen,
plays for the
running
Bills.
back. I was thinking, like the
Whenever you're-
defensive player, but I'm like, no, he's still on the
Wait a second.
Jags.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm thinking Bills right now. I don't know.
And I like how you got upset with me, like interrupted. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Okay.
shut up and
Well,
listen, and I'll get to the point.
So for the
I feel like everything you say is null and void at this point. Josh Allen, the
on.
one that the one that plays for the Rams.
I think if
Yes.
Mike Allstott goes off, they got it. Dude.
John Lynch, let's go. Well, it just comes true with what Joe Brewer has said. He said Drew Gorman doesn't know sports, and I replied, hell no, he doesn't. So there we go. So
I like it. You referred to yourself in a third person there. I liked
Gorman.
it.
well, I'm over here replying. They don't know who's replying. I
I
guess
think they
do
all
now.
know. They all know who's
They
replying.
see my
They
I
all
ain't
know.
typing shit.
I was about to say they all know that it isn't me and Kyle. That it's the one that really doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Well, I will mute myself now.
Keys to the game, Drew.
Yeah.
It's gonna be containing Tom Brady, and however you've got to do that, just do what you got to do. That defense looked really, really good against the Cardinals, but the Cardinals weren't making it easy on themselves. But that Rams defense definitely looked really good. Just got to keep doing what they've been doing. Matthew Stafford only threw the ball like 10 times.
Good. That's the key to the game.
Turn around, hand the ball off, make it a short game.
That's the key to the game. Cam Akers is back, right? Will he be playing in this game?
Yeah, he played last week.
He played last week.
Probably ended Buda Baker's career.
So
God.
all I'm saying, give the ball to him and Sony Michel, and keep the ball out of Matthew Stafford, because Matthew Stafford is that quote. I love Matthew Stafford, especially when he played for Detroit. Loved him. Thought he should have gotten traded somewhere
yes.
a long time ago. But the problem with Matthew Stafford this year is he sucks.
He doesn't
He's
know how to
thrown
win.
17 interceptions, and he has no idea. I smell the Detroit on him.
And I know he threw 41 touchdowns, but dude, 17 interceptions is a lot.
Yeah, like you're in
Especially-
Jameis Winston territory.
Especially with
Halfway
those,
there.
Yeah.
especially with those receivers.
That's how bad that was, if you think about it. Sorry to cut you off, but
No,
that's,
you're fine,
that's just
but-
how bad it was.
especially with that receiving core, even Tyler Higbee as his tight end. Like that's absolutely insane.
Yeah, you want to talk about weapons? I mean, Jesus Christ, he has a weapon everywhere you look, and a defense to go with it.
Very much like the Bengals.
Yeah,
Very much like the
especially
Bengals.
now getting Cam Akers back. Hell yeah. So the fact that
Maybe
he has
even more dangerous.
probably, I would say they are more dangerous
Yeah.
than the Bengals. I mean, I'm
Just don't have a quarterback that can get out of the pocket.
yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah.
I would say that Joe Burrow. I'm not going to say that Matthew Stafford can't win you a game, because I know he can, but I feel like Matthew Stafford is really still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Burrow
Honestly,
reminds
that's-
you a lot about young Stafford.
Yeah.
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 Burrow's a lot the same.
Everything's
like the
on
same
his
exact
shoulders, throwing it to his playmakers.
Yeah.
The good thing about him compared to young Matthew Stafford is that he has Joe Mixon. I'm not just saying Joe Mixon is elite or even in the top 5 of running backs, but Joe Mixon is a very good, solid running back that you have a running game.
thing. I don't even know. I can't even think of anybody that Stafford had the whole time he was in Detroit.
Running back wise?
Yeah.
Nobody.
I mean, I can't.
They didn't
even-
have a 100-yard rusher for like 3 solid seasons or some shit like that.
I can't think of anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that bad.
I can't. I mean,
Didn't Gore go over there for a little while?
He had Reggie Bush for maybe like 2
Jesus
years,
Christ.
but
that was
like,
when Reggie Bush was already knocked out and out of his damn head.
Carry on
I'm
Johnson.
just
had
trying to
one
think of people.
okay
Just
year,
thinking
right?
of people.
Yeah,
here.
Carryon Johnson was over there for a little bit.
That would have to be something we have to research, because I don't think that's something you could just go find. But that is.
But so if we remember back to when the Rams went to the Super Bowl the first time around with Goff, what was their motto? They were stretch run. They wanted to run play action, and that's what Goff was good at. I feel like now that Sean McVay has his new toy of Matthew Stafford, he's like, hey, let's throw the ball all over the yard. I've got a guy who can do it. Well, he needs to get back to the stretch run. Let's run play action. Let's get my guy. I know he's not a young guy, but let's get my guy comfortable in the scheme, and then let's open it up.
Yeah.
When was Stafford drafted? I'm just going to go to like 2010.
04 or something like that, right?
Javid Best.
No, it wasn't 04. That was way too long.
Stafford came off the bench that year, so 2010 would have been too early pretty much. So regular season for Stafford. Joik Bell. Michael LaShore had a very good fantasy season. I remember that. Let's go to Reggie Bush. Actually ran for 1,000 yards in 2013. I'm just looking through. I'm just trying to find Joik Bell, Reggie Bush. I mean, that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
Jesus. Let's go.
He had LeGarrette Blount for like a year or something.
Yeah, LeGarrette Blount wasn't good until he went to the Patriots.
Theo Riddick was okay.
Yeah, he was all right. He was just too small.
Yeah.
Amir Abdullah.
Yeah, he sucked.
Yeah, he sucked.
Never
materialized.
So go ahead and make your pick, Drew.
Well, hold on. I got to give my key.
Well, hell, y'all over here still talking about 2013 Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, my bad.
He was drafted in 09.
For the Rams, it's got to be ground and pound. Like you guys said, it doesn't need to come down to Matthew Stafford at all. They're going to need those two bruising running backs. You've got literally thunder and lightning back there with Akers and Michelle now. This is what you've been waiting for all year, and this is what people have been talking about, and now you've got it, and it came out to work out great. You also need Odell Beckham to have a huge game again.
Yes.
So, and for the Bucks, man, I mean,
just keep the train rolling.
You've got the greatest postseason player of any sport ever on your team. So.
I think the Bucks are going to run the ball a ton.
Playoff Lenny.
They're going to run the ball a ton.
Will Fournette be ready?
Yeah, I was about to say he was hurt.
He missed his last game, and so did Ronald Jones.
Right. So they're going to hopefully one of them are back. They run the ball a bunch because, I'm not saying he can't do it because obviously he can. He's playoff. Tom Brady. So, but I think that they run the ball a ton and then let Brady pick that defense apart.
It ain't the Eagles, though.
It ain't the Eagles. You're right.
You got to come out.
Yep.
You got to be ready.
Yep.
What you got? Who you got and why?
I'm gonna stick with the Rams. I think they're gonna keep it out of Matt Stafford's hands and keep that ground and pound. That defense looked really good last week, really good, and I think they're just gonna come out swarm.
It's also the Cardinals with nobody.
Yeah, but still, if
we're gonna say it's not the Eagles, we're gonna say it's not the Cardinals because it's not the Cardinals. The Bucks aren't the Cardinals. The Cardinals, that was one of the worst Kyler Murray performances I've ever seen.
That poor guy. I don't want to put any of that on him, though.
No, I get it, but when you're the quarterback, you kind of have to be the guy
You're going to get that blame.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then you got they had no wide receivers. They're still a couple of guys away. They went out and got everybody all excited about the veterans that they went out and got, and they all got hurt. They have nobody left. So no, I think I'm going with the Bucks. I think Tom Brady picks it back up and takes it off. I think what's going to end up happening is the Bucks are going to get up by a couple of touchdowns, and then they're going to completely abandon the run. Cam Akers is only going to run the ball 12 times, and they're going to put the ball in Matthew Stafford's hands. Matthew Stafford's going to throw 2 picks and take them out of the game.
It's going to end up being a blowout in the end of it. The score will probably be worse than the game is, but I took Tampa Bay too. I forgot to write your pick down. Who did Marcus take?
Marcus actually took the Bucks. So Drew is, again, the second. So Drew really could whoop our ass this week.
But he's picked every road team so far.
Every road team, which I have a feeling that's going to change. Nope, probably won't. Are you going to take all the road teams?
No.
Yeah, I've got Tampa Bay too. For the sole reason in number 12. Until somebody stops him, he hasn't lost an NFC playoff game yet.
And by the way, we are picking these straight up. We're not going by the 3.5 points, 6 points, 3 points, 2 points.
No. I just put that there for us more.
Right. No, I was just simply stating we're picking these straight up. I don't want like Jake McGowan to try to go bet all his paycheck on it.
Yeah. Don't do it. But maybe give me the points.
Joe saying, "Damn, Drew, you always got the wrong pick."
All right,
Pretty much.
The rounder of the weekend, the Bills at the Chiefs. This game was played all the way back in Week 5, and the Bills absolutely dominated 38-20. Obviously, like we said now a couple times now, these are two different teams at this point. You're talking about Week 5 of an 18-week season. So, Bills, Chiefs, what are the keys of the game? Same thing.
This one's hard.
It's very tough.
This one's hard.
This is where I can say Josh Allen, right?
Yeah. Bills. Josh Allen plays on the Bills.
Yes.
Yep. I think if Tyrod has a good game.
Big Ben's still in this, right? I mean,
yeah.
Make sure it's not Josh Allen that beats you. Make the running game from Buffalo win. Make the running game from Buffalo be the reason that Buffalo wins.
Which it won't be.
Exactly. For the Bills to win, it starts with number 15. Starts with Patrick Mahomes. If you can stop him, you got the game in the bag.
Water's also wet.
Yes.
Yeah, just so everybody knows. So stop both of the best players on the team.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Just making sure that's the case.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I think that. See, this one's really hard,
It's very tough.
and I think the main reason is because they're the exact same team.
2-point spread.
They're the exact same team to me. The only difference is Josh Allen doesn't throw the ball as well as Patrick Mahomes.
They're the
Still
same-
throws the shit out of it, but doesn't throw it as well. And Patrick Mahomes can't run, and Josh Allen can.
And the Bills have the number 1 defense.
And the Bills have the number 1 defense. But the Chiefs' defense has really picked up the last few weeks.
It's been okay.
The last half of the season has been much better. I honestly don't know who I'm going to pick this live right here because I have no idea who's going to win this game.
I've made my decision on who I'm going to pick, but I still, like, even when I was writing it, I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm so unsure.
So I'm going to go last in this one because I have no idea. I need some thinking time here because even the what's going to make them what's going to the key factors of who's going to win, I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea because, yeah, of course, you can make sure that Patrick Mahomes, but that's everybody's plan. You can't say, I mean, that's everybody's plan. You can make sure Patrick Mahomes doesn't have a good game. That is a hell of a lot easier than it is to say it than it is to actually do it. I mean, even the Bills stop Stephon Diggs. And then if you stop Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen runs for 150 yards by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, because everybody's going to be playing, safety's going to be playing deep. Everybody's going to be trying to make sure that they're playing cover 3, but having the safety over top of Stephon Diggs at all times. So it opens up the middle so Josh Allen can actually run the ball. And then, hit the slots, hit the slants and the, Jesus Christ, Nick.
Posts.
Yeah, no, not the post, but I keep thinking about it, but Jesus Christ.
I can't get in there, so I have no idea where you're going.
But yeah, I just think this game's really hard to predict.
It is. I think the key for the Chiefs is Jerick McKinnon. I mean, it's easy to say Mahomes, and I know I ripped on you for it, but it's got to be McKinnon because for the same reason to the Packers going against this Bills team, you need the game to be short. And if the game does, like, on the other hand, though, like, if this game does come down to, like, Patrick Mahomes needing the ball, getting the ball last, it's kind of like the Aaron Rodgers effect. That's kind of right. You got him right where you want him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but for the Bills, do your thing. Come out and play Bills football like you've been doing the last couple games, last couple weeks. I mean, they've absolutely been
defense. Blowing
through people. They embarrassed New England. Who's done that? Who's done it? Who has embarrassed Bill Belichick on national television like that?
Mm-hmm.
In the playoffs of all things.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I mean, that's the game plan. Come out and do your thing. I guess I'll go first since you're going to go last. I picked the Bills on the road. It's very tough, but they won the first matchup 38-20, and they've just gotten better since then. And I know Kansas City's gotten a little bit better, but the Bills have gotten way better since they lost that game to Jacksonville in like week 7. They've been on a tear. And I just don't think it's going to end here. I think I'm going to have to sit through the next fucking generation of an AFC East team dominating the playoffs. Get rid of Tom Brady. Here comes Josh Allen. God damn it.
Well, backing you up here, Joe Brewer saying win the game at the line of scrimmage, and the Bills got that on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree with that. But Jerick McKinnon's the key. If the Chiefs get him involved and maybe some very short passes to Tyreek Hill, then we'll see.
I would say the only difference in that is, yes, they have them in the trenches. They do. But the Chiefs have gotten a lot better on the line.
Yeah,
This isn't the Chiefs of last year where Mahomes was legitimately running for his life the entire time against the Bucs. That's not what this is. The Chiefs' offensive line is a lot better. A lot better. And I mean, Travis Kelce's obviously going to have a massive game. He's going to have to.
It's got to be Kelsey too.
It's going to be the tight ends. The two of the best tight ends in the league have got to get going in this week. If they don't, they're screwed.
Yep.
Because that's their playmakers. That's who makes them different than any other team. Is Mahomes anything? Not that he's nothing, but is he nearly as good without Travis Kelce? Because I don't think so.
No. And what we say about the Bucs? This ain't. What we say about the Bucs? This ain't Philadelphia you're playing anymore. What we say about the Rams? This ain't the Cardinals you're playing anymore. But for the Chiefs, this ain't the Steelers, bro.
Yep.
This ain't Ben. He ain't gonna be sitting back in the pocket waiting to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You're gonna have to expand the field.
I think the Chiefs are going to pull this out at home. It's just so hard to bet against. I mean, this is a...
Damn, Drew, we are opposite on everything.
This is a coin flip. This is a literal coin flip. You could flip it 100 times and
50-50.
And it'd end up the same.
Yeah.
Do we have a coin? Because that's where I'm at with it right now.
Yeah. I mean, no. No. I have a Captain America mouse pad.
If it was Dallas or something like that, I would try to do something like that, but not with that star in the
Captain
center. America's team. Can I get that back?
Yeah. Can I get that back?
Wires everywhere.
Yeah.
Now you want me to bend over?
While you're down there, will you just decide who you're going to pick?
Oh, nice, dickhead. I'm gonna pick. Jesus Christ, dude. I want to go undefeated.
Who did Marcus pick?
Marcus picked the Bills. Marcus picked the Bills, and I may go ahead and just try to make it to where I'm opposite of Drew on everything, but that means I'm with you the entire time.
Yeah.
And every time you and I link up,
we went 6-0. I'm just saying we've done very well.
Hey, I had to pick a home team.
You know what? I am going to go with the Bills.
Oh, my God. Everybody's picking against KC except for Drew.
I am going to go with the Bills. And the main reason why is because of last year. It was a really good game last year. The Chiefs didn't get that much better. They got better on the offensive line. This isn't the best Mahomes we've ever seen. Travis Kelce is actually guarded a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen Hill.
Tyreek Hill has been inconsistent.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is the time the Bills. It's just their turn. Honestly, I mean the Chiefs need to go out in this draft and go and get a running back.
Winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl.
I disagree.
In my opinion.
No, I can say this, and this is something that I've talked about before, is that without the Bengals and the 49ers, but we're already getting Super Bowl-worthy games at this point.
Yeah.
The best of the best.
I mean, this is legitimately we always talk about NCAA, the college football playoff, that we feel like, well, maybe number 6 could have been, like Ohio State was left out and they were one of the best teams or whatever. Right now, there's nobody that's left out that could compete with these 8 teams here.
Every game here is
we have the best
watch.
8 teams right now. I'm not
but there's
saying
the fun in having an expanded playoff is San Fran being able to go into Dallas and get that win. And
exactly.
Now San Fran's the wild card that everybody has to keep an eye on.
Yep.
And that could have been that Ohio State.
Yeah. Because the Packers, even right now, I know that they're, favored by 6 points. That could actually be a freaking game right there.
Yeah.
That could be Crosby at the very end kicking a field goal to win that game.
6 is a lot for a playoff game.
Yeah. The other ones are
Especially
3.5,
Bills,
3,
Chiefs,
and 2.
2.
Yeah.
That's a thin line.
Yeah.
2? I don't see that very often. It might be like the Vegas minimum. I don't know what the actual lines usually are, but
I don't know.
All right. So we're going to close this show out today with Nick. And this is the Right to Rant segment. Nick Gurley, it is your turn.
So I didn't write any of this down. This is just stuff that I've kind of thought about over the last little bit, especially reading into, obviously, my favorite sport is baseball. And obviously, we're locked out right now. Can't do a damn thing. I'm ready to watch baseball. I'm ready for, I'm sitting here watching the Braves. We still don't even know what friggin' Freddie Freeman's going to do.
Right.
The World Series champs, of course, I did see a stat, by the way, just before we get into this, that the Atlanta Braves have won the World Series every single time that Auburn has had a starting quarterback with the last name Nix. Look it up. I'll actually send it to you on TikTok. Jake LeBlanc sent it to me on TikTok. It was every single time. There's in 1957 and 1996 and last year. Every one of them had a last name of Nix, which is pretty awesome. So I'm just going to start looking at Auburn recruiting and seeing when they're going to get the next guy that's named Nix.
Kind of like Florida State, where every time they get a quarterback with the last name W, he wins the Heisman.
Yeah.
So it's like Wofford,
Yeah.
that guy.
But yeah, right now they just got baseball, and the players have got to figure this shit out. If you're going to fight over it, make it public. There's nothing out there. They're basically not talking about a damn thing. They're not even allowed. They're not even going back and forth. They're talking like once a month. So, whenever we get something, it's going to get pushed back. The season might not, but the spring training's probably going to get pushed back. Do something. I know all the players want to make more money. Everybody wants to make more money. The teams want to make sure that it's more fair or whatever. They're trying to go back and forth on the shit. This was not my day to do this right now, was it?
Well, you only had a week in all the things.
First time.
But no, I just think at this point they're just going back and forth over minuscule shit. And they want to go through and have the arbitration lowered so that the players could be free agents a lot faster. They want to. It's all about money. But as of right now, most of the stadiums weren't even full last year. No. There were some. I'm not saying that, but they weren't completely full last year. So, I'm sitting here reading that teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates are given $70 million before the season even opens. So how are teams supposed to go out and compete when they're not even making enough money to do anything, and yet the players want more money? You're already making $40 million a year, $30 million. Freddie Freeman at 32 wants a 6-year deal for God knows how much. And if any team can afford it, it's probably the Braves right now. The Braves kind of have actually quite a bit of money that they could actually mess with right now. They don't have any of those superstars like that on their team. So, I'm just tired of sitting here stagnant, not doing a damn thing. Just bring baseball back and get everything fixed.
Just want news.
Something, yeah. Send something out.
Something. Good Lord. I don't want the biggest news that's been on my phone to be India signing with Scott Boras.
Yeah, and so did Carlos Correa.
Yeah.
Mr.
So now
I want $330 million.
So, but that's my point. Boras is obviously the one representative that everybody goes and gets when they feel like they're going to get millions and millions and millions. The teams are going to overpay like crazy. But yet, y'all are complaining as to why teams are going out and dropping all these players or trading these players for next to nothing at the end of the year when they're not in the hunt anymore. And that's why everybody was mad because the Braves got in because they went out and got all these apparently great players, even though we went out and got a hurt outfielder. And Soler, yeah, he hit a lot of home runs, but that's pretty much his MO every single year. And he hit 220 before he came over to us. And he was hurt a lot this year. It's not like we went out and Jock Peterson wasn't even in his starting lineup with the Cubs. He wasn't good enough to start with the Dodgers. So, we could sit around and talk about that bullshit all you want, but, you're over here making teams overpay for players and then getting upset that you're not getting more money. You're breaking teams at this point. So, obviously, that you're going to have a lockout at this point, and it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon.
So you got Jake McGowan saying, y'all can play at OT, but I'll be damned if someone's going to talk about Freddie Freeman. That's where I draw the line. 6 years, $190 million. Pay the man. I got $8 to help.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, speaking of Jake, I need to talk to you guys after the show.
Okay.
Bye. Talk shit about him.
Just remember, I am an Atlanta Braves fan as well, and I want Freddie Freeman to come back also. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to.
Oh,
I don't think they're going to sign him.
Yankees.
I don't think he's going to go there. I think I think he's going to go to the Dodgers. And at that point, I will be pissed with Freddie Freeman at that point, even though he is from that area. He is a California kid, so go to the Angels, dude. Go play with Shohei or some shit.
Yeah.
Don't go to Shohei and Mike Trout and Freddie Freeman. I mean, and
Anthony Rendon.
Rendon. Go make that super team. Go kick the shit out of the Dodgers.
Pitcher this offseason too. What pitcher did they sign?
Oh God, who was it?
Oh shit.
They signed 2 big pitchers.
Just don't go to the Dodgers or the Yankees. Plus, every Brave that's ever left the Braves and went to the Yankees has always been shit.
Yeah.
McCann. He was terrible with the Yankees.
I know Michael Lorenzen signed over there.
I'm looking
Trying
at
to think of who else.
But I am with you, McGowan. I don't want Freddie Freeman to go anywhere but the Braves, and I wish they would pay him. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Syndergaard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, Syndergaard.
Yep.
Signed Thor. That's who it was.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Which hasn't been really anything in the last 3 seasons.
No, not at all. All right, you guys ready to get out of here?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, we are going to get out of here next week. Drew will have the right to rant, so it's going to be a missable show. Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Right On Sports Show. Find the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or find the guys on YouTube at Right On Sports and hit that subscribe button to be notified when they go live. In the meantime, check them out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Right On Sports.